Naomi has the best match of her career against Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship, making the crowd completely lose it. Star-making performance from Rhea Ripley, 44 minutes in the Gauntlet match. A.Q.A debuts in AEW with the huge shooting star press. Alexa Bliss therapist session is over, but for what? And someone throws a trash can full of shit into Mickie James' match. What? Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell, this is DS and this is Women's Wrestling Weekly. Let's start with RAW. Alright, there's a lot to cover, I have to put my head on. We have Becky Lynch and Lita contract signing segment. We see Becky Lynch comes out, but this time not with her usual flashy big time Bex outfit, but she looks like a mess. She confesses that she hasn't been sleeping since last week when her idol Lita attacked her and coming after her title so close to Mania. She begs Lita to stop the madness and just walk away from this title match, but Lita says she didn't come all the way here just to walk away, and also she didn't come back just for one match. She's ready for a run, a whole damn championship run. Oh, you know I'm ready for that too. Becky then reminds Lita that she's her idol and she knows Lita unlike anyone. She knows her arsenal, she knows her weaknesses, and she will come for her neck. I'm like, whoa! Which we all know that she had a big injury that put her out of the action for 15 months. She does talk about that in her interview. Lita then says if she has anything to do with creating this version of Becky, she will be the one to finish it. Becky loses it, tosses the contract, and storms off from the ring. I mean, personally, I kinda wanted to see Lita moonsault Becky through a table, but this segment continues to prove what a master storyteller Becky Lynch is. This is why Becky Lynch is the man. She's the big time backs. Compare this to Trish's return program or Mickie vs. Alexa. There's so much more depth and nuance, and more importantly, it builds the match to be so big because Becky's treating her opponent Lita as such a big deal instead of just relic from the past. Huge props to Becky and the writers for that. Lita looks amazing as always, and I'm excited for her this week. This feud is building so nicely, and I cannot wait for them to be finally having that match. So satisfied. Watch my freaking interview with Lita already. It's probably one of the best interviews I've done. She shades Becky, she shades Charlotte. Now, we almost have an hour of women's gauntlet match to choose who will enter the Elimination Chamber match last. So we start with Rhea versus Nikki. This was almost an 8-minute match. Super intense back and forth match to a point where I'm like, is this really a gauntlet match? I'm loving this heel Nikki ASH. She was so vicious in this match. At the end, Rhea catches Nikki mid-air, drops her, and hits a huge riptide for a win. Next is Rhea versus Liv Morgan, and gosh, what happened to Liv? I like that she mentioned that she's the only one who has the Elimination Chamber experience. Again, really great match between Liv and Rhea, but in only 4 minutes, Liv falls to Rhea's riptide. I think Liv's attire looked really cute here, but I'm so sad that she's been having almost a losing streak for weeks now. I just don't have the best prospect for her at Elimination Chamber or Mania, which makes me really sad because I saw a good potential for her to challenge Becky Lynch for Mania with Bianca, but right now, I think she's like a tier below Bianca and even Doudrop. But speaking of Doudrop, next is Rhea versus Doudrop. You can see that Doudrop is getting more and more comfortable being in the main roster. She looks and feels more comfortable, and she has a good match with Rhea here. I love that this portion was more about power versus power, but at the end, she also falls victim of a very minute mini riptide, which I understand Rhea has been there for a long time. So the final match is Rhea versus Bianca Belair, and I expected the EST to quickly take the victory from Rhea at this point, but no, this turns into a full-on match, and I don't know how Rhea's doing this. Bianca is Bianca, Bianca's EST as always, and bonus points for a really cute heart-shaped hair on her side, but this was a star-making performance for Rhea Ripley. She went from basically a non-factor for weeks into a biggest player in this chamber match in this one match. I mean, given that it was 44-minute match, she excelled in every single match she had in this gauntlet match. She gave different feels for each of them and made everyone look really good, minus Liv, I'll say, but that's not Rhea's fault. But at the end of the match, Rhea tries Cloverleaf on Bianca, Bianca escapes, Spinebuster on Rhea, and a huge KOD to take the victory. Amazing match, satisfying. By the way, how did your Valentine's Day go? I'm still enjoying my single life and I stayed in to make this review video. video, but I'm looking cute thanks to my underwear from Shine SD. Yes, our amazing friends at Shine SD is making this video happen, and it seems like Valentine's Day is when people post underwear pics. Like, did you see the Jake Atlas picture? Like, oh my gosh. So here I go. Let me show you in my amazing Shine SD ball hammock underwear. I loved it the moment I first wore it. I'll even say it's the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn in my life. So the best thing about it is the bull pouch, and what it does is that it keeps our juicy balls in this pouch. I really hope it doesn't break. Whew, right there holding up everything, making it look super sexy and plump, but it's not like a painful push-up bra situation because it's so comfortable, made of micro model fabric, which is 3 times softer than the cotton and super breathable, and most importantly, super stretchy. Men's Health said this is the most comfortable underwear you ever wear, and over 3 million pairs are sold. And the satisfaction guaranteed part about it is that if you order it and if you don't like it, they'll give you your money back. Make sure you use the link in the description section or our comment section to check out all these amazing underwear and enjoy our post-Valentine's parties. Okay, let's discuss this Alexa Bliss segment because I'm not very happy about this. So the therapy section is back. She looks more and more like her normal self. She says life is good, she's happy, and then the doctor gives her a gift. And for a second I was like, is this doctor like out of his mind? He brings the dismantled corpse of Lily with the inside all out, with the skin hanging. Like, what the heck is wrong with this man? He then says he has an idea. And in the next segment we see Alexa back to her Chun-Li hair. And then doctor says she's cured, and Alexa's ready to walk away, which I'm so happy about. This is what we waited for. She's ready to leave the musty doll Lily forever. But then the doctor says she needs to take Lily with her because the doctor put the original stuffing of Lily in this replica freaking doll. What the Like, after all these weeks of these segments, we are back to the original point where Alexa still has the doll attached to her character. Like, at least that's what it sounds like. I'm gonna be fully honest, I usually have the least time to illuminate on a Raw segment because I watch it, film it, and edit this whole review all the same time. And it seems like there's deeper meaning about the whole, Newton's cradle, and the fact that it's always a doctor who leaves the room and never Alexa until this last segment. I'm sure there's like deeper meaning into everything, but I don't know. For now, I feel like it's been kind of a waste of time. I guess the only assumption I have for now is that Lily will be like Finn Balor's Demon King, and she'll get to use that power whenever she's like really upset. And maybe that's a good thing, that we are leaving some room for us to get back to this Lily character if we really want to, for like Halloween time or something like that. Please share if you have in-depth theory or symbolism, meaning whatever, let me know. Anyway, we learned that the mystery participant at the Elimination Chamber will be Alexa Bliss. I'll say I'm Confucius. We see our divas Carmella and Zelina play their diva at the random backstage party role. They are attending Matt Riddle's toga party or broga party. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know who Zelina is waving at, but I love it. And Carmella looks so beautiful in this toga. And we also got a 24 segment. Dana, Brooke, and Reggie's out on a dinner date. Sorry, just a friend's dinner. And then Tamina and Akira are in disguise at another table. I love Tamina in the disguise. Later in the segment, Reggie asks Dana if they can take this friendship into the next level. And then Dana says no, then Reggie pins and takes Dana's 24/7 championship. So Dana's not a champion anymore. Poor Dana losing the title, I'm so sorry for her. But if you really think about it, I kind of like that they built this relationship for months for this moment on Valentine's Day. I mean, for 24/7 championship, can we really complain? NXT, there was this really cute segment where Yelena Leon and Valentina Ferris come in to mock Cora Jade in Spanish, and then Raquel Gonzalez comes in to fight them back in Spanish, saying only she can call Jade that.
Wait, what did they call me?
We see Wendy Chu versus Tiffany Stratton. Before the match, we see Wendy and Amari do credit card fraud, basically. You're getting filmed, right? But yeah, they were shopping with Tiffany's credit card from last week. We see 3-minute match between them, and Wendy Chu added so many cute moves, perfect for her gimmick. Oh, I freaking love her. And she's already massively over with the fans. At the end, Tiffany knocks Wendy into the corner and hits a huge corkscrew Vader bomb to pick up the victory. Tiffany may have a campy gimmick right now, daddy's little spoiled girl, but I can also see her being a big star, which she continues to show in the ring. Stratified. Next is Saray versus Dakota Kai. We again see Saray transform from schoolgirl into a magical girl using the necklace. I really like the entrance. In this 4-minute match, Saray does a huge sunray drop kick to Dakota Kai and finishes her with the sleeper suplex. Dakota Kai continues to be crazy. We see this weekly backstage random Dakota moments, with this week going through Wendy's shopping bags. Even her makeup is super wild here, which I kind of love. The only thing is she was someone fully ready to break into main roster, and now she's just NXT's new enhancement talent, putting over new stars, which is a little bit worrisome to me, especially because I love her gimmick so much. Like I said, I love Saray's new gimmick, but I wish her wrestling move changed a little bit to reflect her gimmick. But either way, fun match, I'm satisfied. We see backstage, Zoe Stark keeps saying Io Shirai needs a new partner for the Dusty Classic. I guess Dusty Classic was a huge deal for everyone in NXT, and then Io says she has an idea for it. And right before the main event match between Kaylee Ray and Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's Championship, we see Indy Hartwell and Persia Pirotta jump Toxic Attraction on the way to the ring. So Mandy Rose has to go into the match alone. We see an intense match between Kaylee Ray and Mandy Rose. Mandy was surprisingly booked strong here for how she was booked last week. Probably my favorite spot was Kaylee Ray's high-risk moves like the suicide dive and moonsault, but at the end, Kaylee Ray super kicks Mandy and goes up the top rope when Toxic Attraction returns to the arena, distracts the referee, and shoves Kaylee Ray off the top rope, and Mandy finishes her off with the running knee to retain the title in 8 minutes. It's obvious from Kaylee Ray's performance from the UK days, she's toning down a lot to keep up with the champion Mandy Rose. Mandy's here sticking to more safe and basic moves, which do work with her character and her being heel. The match was action-packed, but I kinda had difficulty connecting with the storyline in this match, especially after Kaylee Ray was booked so aggressively and unpredictable for weeks. I'm surprised that Mandy was able to get so much offense in this match. Post-match, we see Io Shirai runs in to save Kaylee Ray, confirming another Dusty Classic team. Overall, for the good build that we had for weeks, I was left unsatisfied with this performance, so I'll say meh.
Good, not bad.
Let's move to AEW Dynamite. We see Jade Cargill versus the debuting A.Q.A. She trained with Booker T and was previously with NXT. And for a Jade Cargill going against a newcomer, this match was almost 8 minutes long. To me, I thought it was a little bit too long. But the heck of a shooting star press from A.Q.A. that was worth the wait. I was also really impressed with the super high drop kick. That was really beautiful. But at the end, Jade Cargill hits a beautiful tour of the islands. She should totally add it to her regular repertoire and finish the match with Jaded on A.Q.A. Great showing from debuting A.Q.A. I understand that it was supposed to be a showcase for her. The crowd really was not invested until the shooting star press, because we all knew that Jade's gonna win this match. Jade continues to look and feel like a star. I was satisfied. Second match was Serena Deep's newest series, Professor's 5-Minute Rookie Challenge. So she's now doing this open challenge concept where rookies can see if they can last 5 minutes with Serena Deep. I just want to say I'm so proud of Serena from going from trainer in WWE Performance Center to one of the major players in AEW Women's Division, to a point where she's getting her own segments. It's also a really cute concept too. Serena finishes Katie Arquette, her opponent, in a minute with Serenity Lock. I'm very satisfied. Impact time, we see two huge matches, starting with Deonna Purrazzo's Open Challenge. And it was Santana Garrett, formerly with NXT, who comes out to challenge her. This is kind of cool because you can apparently choose which title they want to challenge. Santana chooses ROH Women's Championship here. The match was really good. Deonna played a great heel by acting all unimpressed with Santana challenging her, but Santana showed great fire in this match. It was amazing back and forth, but more importantly, a lot of unexpected reversals and comebacks made this match really fun. At the end, Santana jumps right into Deonna's Fujiwara armbar. Santana tries to break free where Deonna reverses it into an unconventional roll-up, which Santana reverses into another pin, but referee just counted 3 for Deonna, giving the win to Deonna Purrazzo. The ending was definitely weird, and I think the referee made a mistake, but that does not take away from how amazing this match was. Glad Santana had a chance to prove that she could still go. I'm satisfied. The second match of the evening was the match Mickie granted to her new best friend Chelsea Green last week, Mickie James versus Chelsea Green, for a non-title match, and Tasha Steelz was on the commentary. It was one of those friends with mutual respect match where it's kind of meh usually because they're like that, we respect each other, but these two with their talents and their big names, this was a great showing. At the end, Chelsea goes for an I'm prettier, but Mickie tries to reverse it with the Mickie DT, but Chelsea reverses that with Cutter, which is Tasha's finisher. So Tasha's pissed off about this and throws a garbage can full of into the ring, almost hitting Chelsea Green, which would be epic if it actually hit her. And then Tasha distracts Chelsea on the apron, and Savannah pulls Chelsea's leg, dropping her on the apron, causing DQ win for Chelsea. Yeah, I did not expect to see a trash can thrown into the ring with legendary Mickie James in there. What a disgrace! But I think it fits really well with Tasha's character because from her promos to this, she's not scared to be messy, and literally messy. So I'll say I'm satisfied. I like this feud with Tasha and Mickie, but I'm also excited to see what role Chelsea will play in long term in this mix. We see continuation of inspiration and influence feud. Tenille is again MIA, so while the most interesting thing about this feud is supposed to be the relationship between the Aussies, but instead we're giving the focus to Caleb with the K. So the inspiration approaches him about the new phone they gifted him last week. Ask him to take their photo with the photo feature, photo function, which Caleb goes like, you mean camera? But of course Madison catches them mid-action of the photo shoot, causing friction between him and Madison Rayne. We shall see what Caleb will do in the championship match. I mean, it's a fun storyline, but is it a championship storyline with the hottest women's tag team in the world, the inspiration? I don't think so. I understand the circumstances of the whole 2022 pandemic, yes, but
Girl.
I think the interest in the feud is definitely suffering due to the logistics, and that is really sad to see. Alright, AEW Rampage, we see Britt Baker versus Robin Renegade, another women's champion going against a newcomer, and this match also was unnecessarily long. 7.5 minutes! The commentator said Britt is just having fun torturing the opponent. We all knew Britt was gonna win, and then there was also not much storyline or character advancement in this match, so overall it felt unnecessary. Post-match, Britt Baker puts Robin in a lockjaw, but pissed off Thunder Rosa from the whole situation with Mercedes Martinez comes in for a huge beatdown, and then Jamie Hayter runs in for a save, and Mercedes Martinez also comes out, and then we can see some friction between Mercedes and Jamie as Britt Baker's second in charge position. I don't know, I didn't love how Jamie Hayter was treated as like the punching bag for anyone who was coming for Britt Baker for like the last half year, and then now Mercedes Martinez seems to be in the similar boat, especially when Britt was like stroking Mercedes' hair. I don't know, I did not like it, I did not. But I am excited to see what AEW is cooking with Britt, Thunder, Jamie, and Mercedes. I mean, oh my god, big names, and it's an actual storyline they're building in AEW, so I'm very excited about it, but I do have my concerns. So overall about the segment, I'll say meh.
Good. Not bad.
After this, we saw a promo between Layla Hirsch and Chris Statlander, and this was a little weird. Layla is a heel, obviously, but she talks about being a Russian orphan and how she had to fight her way through life. Chris then says, by the way Layla's acting lately, she doesn't blame her parents for giving her up. And I'm like, what the Chris is face here, right? That's probably one of the heelest thing I've heard in wrestling in a while. Like, it's quite shocking. So I'll say, I'm Confucius. Let's go to SmackDown, and what a SmackDown this was. Sonya opens the show talking about how she's sick of being disrespected by people like Ronda Rousey and says there will be consequences. But Adam Pearce comes in to say that Vince McMahon rejected her request to suspend and fine Ronda. Vince also added that she cannot touch Naomi or be involved with their championship match with Charlotte Flair. Then Naomi comes out reminding Sonya that Sonya can't touch her, but she can, and slaps the heck out of Sonya Deville. The main event is Naomi versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Oh my god. And then there was this like short backstage clip right before the match where Charlotte goes, as always, I'm the main event.
As always, I'm the main event.
It was just like so like Tekken character selection moment. I don't know. This had a really big match vibe, obviously from the whole opening segment, and Naomi and Charlotte has amazing chemistry, and there were so many good moments in this match. At the end of the match, we see Naomi keep getting close pinfalls from Charlotte Flair, with crowd going wild for Naomi. You can hear and feel the crowd, they're losing it for Naomi, they're excited for her. That Charlotte's double moonsault reversed, and Naomi hitting Charlotte with the rear view for a very close two. That moment was so good. And then she plants Charlotte with the head scissor drive, followed by a split-legged moonsault for another close two. Fans are losing their freaking mind. At the end, Naomi misses a rear view and Charlotte Flair hits the natural selection to retain the title in 20-minute match. I honestly got emotional watching this match because you can tell that Naomi had been waiting so long to get a big match like this. This is probably Naomi's best showing in her career, and from the opening segment to this main event, match, she fully delivered it. And you know that she really just needed the opportunity this whole time. The thing is, she was ready all along. We all knew that she was since her 2010 NXT match against AJ Lee that shocked everyone, including the coaches that were watching the match, and Michael Cole, whose character was supposed to shit on all the women in the show, but he was so invested in the match. He was screaming, "Octopus, Octopus!" She's been ready from the time she joined WWE, but all these years later, she finally was given the chance to shine, and of course, she nailed it. I'm so proud of Naomi, and of course, Charlotte did amazing in this match, but I feel like she could have totally lost the title to Naomi and regained it before Mania. I mean, isn't that the whole point of her being like 13, 14-time champion? I don't know, that's my only complaint, but what a great showing for Naomi. Post-match, we see Sonya Deville here to go after Naomi, with Charlotte coming back to kick Naomi in the face, and then Ronda Rousey runs in for a save, setting up a tag match for Elimination Chamber. 3 women's matches in Saudi Arabia were really winning, and I also love that Naomi's so generous, so popular, they're using Naomi to give Ronda Rousey that pop. I'm so satisfied. We also got Aaliyah versus Natalya, which was promoted as a dungeon-style match, but it was just really a pinfall or a submission-only match with no rope breaks or DQ. Aaliyah did really well here, keeping up with veteran Natalya. She hits a huge wheelbarrow bulldog, which was cool, and then she locks in Natty with the single leg crab, but Natty breaks out of the lock, puts Aaliyah in a sharpshooter. Aaliyah tries to break from the sharpshooter, makes it all the way to the rope, but there's no rope break in this match, and she finally taps out. Really fun match between them, and post-match, Natalya beats down Aaliyah, but the protector, Xia Li, runs in for a save. That was a really fun match and storyline. I am satisfied. Thank you everyone for joining me for another women's wrestling review. Thank you again for Shina Steve for sending me the most comfortable underwear ever and making this video happen. By the way, this has nothing to do with wrestling, but last weekend I interviewed K-pop star Eric Nam for my full-time job at NBC. So that interview is coming up. It was cute, and you can find our cute selfie together on my Instagram at DSShin and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. And I'll see you next week. Bye!